the Avid Knits podcast. My name is Sarah, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry, both as Avid Knits. Today is Tuesday, February 23rd, and it is 77 degrees in sunny, clear Houston, Texas, and the ice storm is finally over. So, hi, how is everybody? I hope everything has been good for you and that you survived the polar vortex and all of the ice storms that went through. Did you know that 73% of the lower 48 states had snow at one given point this past week? That's insanity. It's insanity. Yeah, so we did okay with the storm. We were very fortunate. We only lost power one time. We lost it for 2 hours as part of a blackout system. We lost water for 4 hours, also as part of a maintenance system, like a maintenance whatever routine. No pipes burst. Our power did not go out, and our house did not freeze. Our house temperature did not drop all the way down to the middle of nothing. We have a gas fireplace. We have a gas stove. We are totes prepared. We were so very lucky. In the description box below, you will find links for Texas aid in cities such as Dallas and Austin, who were nowhere near as lucky as we were, or for people here in Houston who are still without power, because yeah, that's a mess. That's a serious mess. So we're not going to go into it too much. I will leave links down below, educational links down below, talking about ERCOT and how the Texas electrical system works and why we had the failures we had. I do want to put out a caveat that if you are from a northern state, I'm going to ask you to be really nice in the comments. If you come at me with something along the lines of you can't believe how much we failed, how well would your city do with 6 feet of water in 3 days in a Cat 4 hurricane? I'm just wondering. Because our city is fine. I mean, it's not like perfect, but we handle that pretty well because that is what we're built for. We're built for flooding, drought, extreme heat, extreme wind, hurricane, tornadoes. This is what we do. So a lot of the older houses, especially here in Houston, don't have insulation. So you have houses that are sitting completely unprotected for a week-long sub-zero freeze, and that means that the inside temperatures become outside temperatures very quickly. Water pipes, the electrical grid being what it is, we've just had a really, really, really hard time. There is zero infrastructure here. So something else that I wanted to point out is that I'm not sure anybody is aware there are different kinds of asphalt that are used in different regions. So for roadways, for instance, we have a highway here in Houston. 249, it's a state highway. And the technology that they used for that is similar to, have you guys seen that concrete that they put in parking lots every now and then, and they have the water tanker truck come, and he just dumps all the water, and it doesn't even puddle, it just gets sucked in? We have a highway built out of that stuff. And basically what happens is that all the water gets sucked down under the asphalt and then funnels down the bridge, or funnels down the highway underneath it. So you don't have standing water, so you don't hydroplane. So that's the kind of stuff that we have. We don't have anything that allows for you to salt, sand, ice prep. We don't have a snow plow within 500, 800 miles of us, easily, at least, if not farther than that. So, yeah, don't make me embarrass you in the comments. Please be polite. So anyway, I have family who are from snow country. They're from Minnesota and North Dakota, and they've all been kind of like, wow, you guys, like, really? But when you stop and you really talk it out and you really think about what they're saying and what they're asking and what they're expecting us to have versus what they have, I mean, hey, we all know if we were to drop 6 feet of water on Iowa, they would drown. If you put an earthquake over here in Houston, we would sink under the ocean. If you set everybody on fire, we would lose our frickin' minds, So everybody's built for something a little bit different. When you live in Minnesota, North Dakota, Maine, New England, when you guys get 6-7 foot snow drifts and that's nothing to you in sub-zero temperatures and -40 degrees, I mean, nah, there's no way. but none of you have air conditioning, do you? So everybody's built for something different. Please be kind in your commentary. It's just part of what it is. Unfortunately, climate change means that we all kind of we just all have like the Halloween candy bucket, you know? Everybody gets a little bit of something now. So, yeah, it was fun. I really like the snow. I do. I really like winter a lot. I don't know. I like being able to leave it. I like being able to go to the coffee shop and buy something that's warm and snuggly and comfy, or, you know, comforting. I like to be able to have a snowmobile or skis or go do something in the snow. And our area is not built for any of that. We don't get enough snow. We got a lot of ice anyway. So it was nice, I guess. Like, we would love that. We would love if Houston was one of those places that got 1 or 2 good snowfalls every year and then, like, it kind of went off. But I would not want to live in Minnesota where there's 9 months of winter. You couldn't pay me enough. Not interested in that. So. Different strokes, guys. Let's see what has happened since last time I talked to you. It's going to be kind of a chatty, disjointed episode. I actually just recorded this for 45 minutes and then found out that I was literally just talking to myself in a room and had no idea what I was even saying. It was a stream of consciousness. So I deleted that one. Here we are to do it again. But so far it seems to be coming off a lot nicer. So let's see what's happened since I talked to you last. I think I talked to you just after my birthday, but with all of the holiday and delays and stuff like that, I think there's still a few things that I was missing by the time that I spoke with you. My friend Sienna, I am dog sitting for her. Her dog is a pug mix, and I opened a picture here. He's super sweet, but he is blind, and he has been walking around my yarn room. So if the tripod jiggles or gets knocked all the way over, that was our technical difficulty. I'll be back. So yeah, so I'm doing that. Means a lot of 6:30 wake up, so that's fun. Weather-wise, like I said, we did fine. Onesimo's family was not so lucky. Onesimo has 4 siblings. He's my husband, by the way. So I had grandparents lost light and power on Sunday the 14th. And they went and stayed with my in-laws. And then Monday night, my in-laws' power went out. So Tuesday morning, we called them because our water was shut off. It was the city. But my husband wanted to call his dad for some advice about checking for frozen pipes. Also happened to be his dad's birthday and his older sister's birthday. They share a birthday. And that was the day that everybody left. Okay, so mom and dad's house didn't have power or hot water. And they had his grandparents with them. My sister-in-law lives next door. She had no power and a pipe burst in her house, so they just turned everything off. My sister-in-law and her husband and her daughter went to go stay with the in-laws on that side. My husband's grandparents, parents, 2 brothers, a niece, a dog, and then later on, a snake and some fish ended up living in my house. So there were 10 of us in the house with, from 4 different households, and grandparents stayed in the guest room. Parents stayed in Hector's room with my niece. The guys had an air mattress and the sofa here in my yarn room. Hector slept with us. And then the dog just figured out who was going to let him sleep with him. So my brother-in-law has a golden retriever. And he was fine. He did great. He's lived with us before. He was totally chill. And everybody was fine. We did really good. Feeding 10 people every day, 3 times a day, is hard. And he spent a lot of time in the kitchen. But my mother-in-law is really adept at it. She's always had a huge family, so she did most of it, and she just let me help every now and then, which was nice. And then they left on Saturday. Their power came back on. So the mass exodus began. So Saturday, everybody left. Saturday everybody left? Maybe Sunday everybody left? I don't know. Anyway, I came home from that and Sienna dropped her dog off. So I got rid of everybody else and I got the dog. Who has a 6:30 wake up? Did I mention the 6:30 wake up? I just want to make sure I mention the 6:30 wake up. Sienna, I know you're watching this. I'm totally teasing you. He's been fine. He is diabetic, so we give insulin, which is fine. But we've had a little bit of a hard road trying to, I don't know if his stomach is nervous because he's in a new house, or if they had some trouble finding his normal food and had to switch him to a different wet food that they mixed with his dry food. And I don't know if that just kind of bugs him a little bit. We've had a little bit of vomiting. But he's kosher now. Everybody's fine. So, wood. Find some wood. Knock on it. Somebody knock on wood for me, all right? He's great. He sleeps all the time. And then whenever he is awake, he goes outside and he comes back in and he wanders around and then he makes you snuggle him. And he's very forceful. You wouldn't think that something that's this big could, like, force you to do its bidding, but you'd be wrong. And he doesn't like my husband. He just likes me. So I have to snuggle. But I have things to do. It's fine. Anyway. So anyway, that's been an adventure. A snow and ice adventure is fine. We have marathoned all of the Star Wars movies before the ice storm. We started to marathon the Transformers movies, and then the whole family moved in, so my son asked if we could hold off on that so we could keep doing that as a family. We are on movie 4. We're on Age of Extinction. So this is where Mark Wahlberg becomes the main character as opposed to Shia LaBeouf, and I think that his name is kind of a bad word in the media right now. So Shia's not Marky's. I think Marky Mark is still... He's still fine. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't have that much to... Shedding. I don't have that much to talk about. Not much really is going on around here because of that. I went through a list of to-dos, and I went through some stash, and I put 4 sweater sets with... I didn't print out a pattern or anything. I just put 4 sweater sets, each in their own bag, and then I wrote some notes on my calendar of what I had planned for that. Sweaters that I've had an intention to knit almost every time I don't have a commission, and then I just never get around to it because I'm usually really busy. And we've discussed, I don't really knit in the winter. So, winter is over for Houston, though, you guys. It is 77 degrees today. It was 8 degrees last week. Welcome to Texas. So anyway, I have a couple things that I wanted to share. Only one of them am I actively working on. So the thing I'm not actively working on, I started a Laurel pullover out of some Farmer's Daughter Fibers fingering weight single ply. I want to say the base is called the Soka'pii base, but it could be Soka'pii. I'm pretty sure it's Soka'pii. So this is the label. It is a Montana and Wyoming Rambouillet 100%, so it is non-superwash. 248 yards to 50 grams. I am knitting it in the natural color as the base, as the main color. I've always wanted a white sweater, and I don't have one, so I figured I would give it a go. I'm holding it with Spincycle dyed in the wool, which is their fingering weight or sport weight or whatever. And it's in the Ghost Ranch colorway. I finally made it through all of the pinks, and I'm just starting in with the blues. I got a little bit hesitant about the color combo choice. When I purchased Ghost Ranch, it didn't look like this. It was like kind of a rusty red orange in the photo, so I kind of expected it to be more like rusts and reds and maybe some orange, some grays. And it's not. It's like yellow and pink and blue and pink and pink and pink and yellow and orange. And it's a little more, I'm going to be polite and say springtime, but it has kind of an Easter feel to me, and I'm not really super into that. Like I said, I finally made it through the pink, and into the blue. It's been sitting in here for a couple of weeks. I'll probably pick it back up and give it a go for a little while longer and see what I think. I have some other Spincycle if I just really don't like it that I can use, or I can just use the white in a different garment that doesn't require any color work at all. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with that yet. The other work in progress that I have right now, my friend Camille lives in Portland. I have knit her a Sphelia, and her daughter a Flax Lights by Tin Can Knits. Here's a picture of both of those. And baby has actually grown out of the sweater, and sweater has been re-gifted to a cousin. And it was re-gifted being told that the stipulation was it has to be re-gifted again. So I've gotten pictures of the new baby in the sweater, and she's absolutely beautiful, and it was so nice. It's so much fun seeing your work be used and be loved, you know. But the new mom sent me a really, really lovely message thanking me for the sweater or whatever, and I basically just told her that I expected it to have holes by the time she was done. Like, I want you to wear it, you know, like I didn't make that so that it would be an heirloom in a chest somewhere. Like, that's really flattering that you like it that much or whatever, but I really just wish you would wear it. Like, I don't know, don't be precious about the thing that I made, you know, like I wasn't that precious about it. Please just use it. Anyway, because Ames has outgrown her sweater, Camille asked for a Mommy and Me set. And so we talked about some sets that we thought would be fun, and we settled on this sweater, which is by Meghan Regan of Bad Wolf Girl Studios. She is Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits on Instagram. And this is her Astraeus sweater. It is knit in Knit Picks Stroll, which is a 75-25 superwash fingering merino with nylon. So it's washable, which is fantastic. It's just black and white. Those are the colors. I modified the chart a little bit. You're not supposed to separate for sleeves until down here. And there's actually supposed to be a few more rows of this thing going on. I didn't want to do that. I didn't like the shape that it got. Camille might have liked it, as she likes really oversized things. So she might have liked it fine, but I didn't care for the shape that it got. So I was trying to knit it to similar measurements to the sweater I knit last time for her, because she really likes that one. I'm doing a straight sleeve, and at the end of it I will cinch it in, so it'll be like balloon sleeves, like on the, what's that Caitlin Hunter pattern? I don't remember. Caitlin Hunter does this with her sweaters a lot. They'll be long, and then they'll just be big poofy bell balloon sleeve thingies, and then a cuff. And I'll do that with Camille's. I'm not sure that the body is long enough. Like I said, she likes a long oversized sweater, but it's 16 inches and it's super wash. So I'm going to block it first before I make any drastic decisions on that. The child's version is called the Moonbeam sweater, and I wasn't paying attention. This is the Astraeus sock weight, and I bought it in a bundle so that I got the kids pattern with it. But I wasn't paying attention to what that meant. And what that means is that the Moonbeam is knit in DK or worsted. It's not knit in fingering at all. So even though you got the sock weight Astraeus, the kids' sweater is still in the DK or worsted. And I didn't pay attention to that whenever I purchased yarn. So I knit the grown-up sweater first. And I'm going to send it to Camille, and I'm going to have her make sure that she's cool with it. And then if she wants any... Sorry, I'm just checking. And that way, if she wants anything changed, I can go ahead and do that. And then if she doesn't want anything changed, what do you got, Snaggles? If she doesn't want anything changed, the leftover yarn that I have for her sweater, I will hold double and make a kid sweater. Do you need to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Really? Let's go outside. I'll be right back. Let's go potty. Let's go outside. Come on. Sorry about that. So where was I? Yeah, so I will just hold the fingering weight double, and that way I don't have to buy a worsted. I won't use a worsted if I have extras of it. If I have extras of a fingering weight, I'll just put it in something, or I can use it in a blanket or whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I try to limit DK and worsted purchases to the project. That way I don't have a lot left over lingering around. I know that hats are really quick to knit. You guys, I just don't like it. I don't like knitting a hat. So yeah. it is easier for me to go through all of this to make sure that I can just hold fingering weight double. So anyway, that's coming along. I'm not knitting on it as fast as I would like to be. The body, who was it that put up this post? Had asked if anybody else found that they knit the body of a sweater in a weekend, but took a month to finish the sleeves. And I was like, yes, that's me. So I'm stuck on the sleeves, and it's fine. I don't feel like I'm on Sleeve Island. I'm just not knitting. I'm not enjoying it. I think I'm just a little bit fried, maybe. My husband's family is wonderful. They're very, very good people, and they're really easy to have in your house. And I have a house that is big enough, not big enough, set up well for groups. Like my whole front section is completely open, and there's just seating areas. And so we were all able to, you know, Mom and Grandma could be in the front room in the chairs by the window chatting, and Dad could sit at the table and study his Bible, and the guys could watch a movie on the thing. And one of my brother-in-laws, he works delivering hot shots, like courier trucking or whatever, so he was gone most of the time. And then the other brother lived with us for 3 years, so we're super used to being in a space together. And the kids picked a bedroom, and they were on their tablets and playing board games and whatever they wanted to do, because it's an ice storm. Like, we're not y'all entertain yourself. I'm not here to babysit. Like, go do your thing. I don't care. You know, they're 9 and 8. Like, they're fine. You know, so we all had our own little space, you know, and our own places to be. So it wasn't like we were on top of each other. But his whole family is from Mexico, and so they speak Spanish, which is fine. I speak Spanish. But that immersive for like 5 days, and like his grandmother speaks a different form of Spanish than what I'm used to. So the translating, you just get tired, you know, and you're up late, and then your schedule's all off because of the ice and the snow, and everybody's here, so you're not really on your normal schedule that you would have been on. And then like they left on Saturday, and then I got Peyton right away, and Peyton is a 6:30 a.m. dog. 6:30 we're going to be doing stuff. So I think today is the first day that I finally reached a point where I was like, all right, I'm ready for this. I got up, and my husband and my son went to go get haircuts. What's a haircut? I don't know what a haircut is. Anyway, they went to go do this thing they call haircuts. And yeah, Peyton and I hung out this morning, and I didn't have any almond milk, so I didn't make my little latte cappuccino thing that I normally make for coffee. My husband was kind enough to get me an espresso machine for my birthday. I think he did it out of guilt because he could not find a PS5. Got me an espresso machine. And I wanted a certain coffee this morning, and I didn't feel like settling. I guess I was just in one of the moods, you know, just in one of those whatever moods. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll do a workout. If I'm going to be grumpy, the least I can do is sweat and get it over with, right? So I did that, and I got done, and I was still grumpy, and I was like, I have a bath bomb. So I brewed myself a cup of tea, and I took it to the bathtub. I got the bathtub all filled with like really hot water. I put in some Epsom salts because workout. And then I put in my bath bomb, and I had a candle, and the lights are, I was ready, and I get in there, and like my feet are in, and I'm about to sit down in the tub, and I can hear the garage door open. So now the guys are home. There goes my bath time. My husband is really good about it, obviously, like he always is. He's super, super great. So the boys actually, we repainted my kitchen, also for my birthday. And my husband just says that it's stuff for me so he can have a project around the house. So don't take this with a grain of salt. But we bought new knobs for our cabinets because I didn't like our old ones. They were chipped, and they looked like eggs almost, like they were like but they were like egg shaped. They were like 3D. It was really weird. Anyway, I didn't like them. And so we purchased new ones, and him and my son spent the morning doing that while I had my bath. And then I got out of the bath, and I put on some face makeup. I got a Stitch Fix box a couple of days ago. So I am not really into fast fashion. I don't change clothes in my wardrobe very often. I have the same clothes in my wardrobe right now that I had from... I finally got, like, 3 or 4 years ago, I finally got rid of stuff that I had before my son was born. And then ever since then, I haven't really, like, built a wardrobe. I have a couple of shirts. Like, I buy a couple shirts every year, like, from Target or something. And then I wear them until, like, the threads are popping out. And so I guess I hit 35 and I kind of looked at my wardrobe and was like, it's not me. I don't feel good in any of these things. I don't want to wear these things. I have like 1 or 2 shirts that I just cycle all the time. You know, I would really like to kind of fix that. Just staple pieces, you know, because I'll own them for the next decade. Like, my tastes don't change that much. I have a really chill style. I'm not very trendy. I like really, really simple stuff that can be used for everything. I love a shirt that you can take from running errands to taking your kid to the museum to stopping off to have ice cream to dropping him off and meeting up with your husband for dinner. Like, that's what I'm looking for, is something that's going to take me through my day with minimal maintenance. And yeah, so I started doing the Stitch Fix thing. I've had some really good luck with it. It's worked really well for me. I hate shopping. And my Stitch Fix chick has been, like, my fashion stylist, there we go, my stylist has been really, really on point. I have had a stylist who's had to step in, like, I guess mine had too many orders, and so I had another one step in with me, and she did not get me at all. But that's fine, you know, it was just one time. And then I was able to get my original girl back, which was great. So, I have really enjoyed it. If you've been kind of on the fence about it, I think it's a really cool thing. If you are on Instagram, Christina at How Scotty Knits did Stitch Fix, and I think she has a coupon code for your first box or something like that, free delivery or something like that. Anyway, she has a coupon code of some sort that you should check out. I actually think I'm gonna get my husband to do it. He is a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, like most men. But he's really particular about the way that his clothes fit, and he's been having a really hard time finding things that fit the way that he wants them to. And he's kind of expressed to me that he feels like he's kind of getting out of the logo t-shirt thing, like he kind of wants to move into something else. He really likes Primitive, which is a skateboard brand in California, and they do a lot of really good work, like charity-wise and stuff, so that's really nice to be able to support them. But you know, he's just, his tastes are changing. You know, we're both in our mid-30s now, and we're not old, you know, but I don't know, you see some of the guys nowadays, and they've got, like, the rhinestones on their back pockets, like, the buckle is really bad about that, and I know that's not my husband. That's not who he is, you know. So he is just kind of trying to find his thing. So anyway, they do men, they do kids, so hey, maybe I'll just get us all in there and build up a wardrobe. The only one that would continuously have need would be Hector, because he's still growing, but the two of us, like, we keep clothes for years, so I don't feel bad about doing it. I know there are a lot of people who are super into slow fashion, and that's amazing for them, that's wonderful for them, but you will never see me at a sewing machine talking about, I'm gonna make myself this dress. That's not ever gonna happen. I don't wear dresses. I'm one of those really weird people who wears jeans. I like jeans. And I have a reasonable amount of luck finding jeans that fit. So, Stitch Fix has found me 4 pairs of jeans that fit in the last 4 boxes. I'm really excited about it. So, anyway, not sponsored, just a fan. If you're annoyed with shopping or don't like shopping or are annoyed with pandemic and just want to try something new, hey, I recommend it. Give them a chance. It's a lot of fun. Otherwise, I don't really have anything else to talk about, I guess. I got a couple things in the mail. I got some, I can't remember if I talked about this last time, so I'm going to do it again. This is Nomadic Yarns. It is a 50-gram self-striping skein called So This Is the New Year. It's on her Twisty Sock, which is an 80-20 merino nylon mix, and I'm super excited about it. I also got, for my birthday, from my friend Sienna, whose dog I'm watching, it's a knitting octopus, and I'm so excited about it. I love it. And it doesn't have a home yet, and it makes me mad, but it's absolutely beautiful, and so I really, really enjoy it. Thank you, Sienna. And then the last thing I have, after I finished my husband's Redford sweater and all of that, I had put out a call on Instagram and had said, hey, if anybody has ever used Harrisville Designs Nightshades and has a little bit left over, like under 50 grams, like, can I buy that from you so that I can try it? Because nobody in my area carries it, and I don't want to buy a full skein or a sweater's quantity. as we've discussed before, I try not to keep DK and worsted on hand except for specific projects because I just don't use the leftovers. So right away, one of the lovely ladies who watches this podcast, her name is Lynn. She's Four Pines Knitting. Hi, Lynn. Said, hey, I have some VCR, which is the green color, and I'll totally send it to you. Consider it a gift. So she wouldn't even let me pay for shipping. So it came from the bitter, cold, frozen fields of Maine in like -25. And it showed up here today when it was 77. So this is VCR. It's got a really beautiful emerald ply that runs through it. Harrisville Nightshades all have really great names. I think there's Dashboard and there's Blaze and there's all the colors of the rainbow. There's an olive green that's excuse me, my eye, it's just like crazy. There's this green and then there's an olive green and that one's called Insomnia. And their names are just really evocative. I really enjoy it. It is a DK weight. It is 100 grams, 250 yards per skein. This is not 100 grams, obviously. It might be, I don't know, half that, something like that. But I just wanted to knit a swatch out of it. I just wanted to see it and have my husband feel it and see what he thought about it. It is American Cormo and wool, and it is woolen spun in the USA. So that's fantastic. He really likes it. I'm going to swatch with it, and maybe he will get another sweater. That will take me 2 years again. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on. Not in a knitting mood, I guess. So, I just wanted to pop on and say hi and see how you guys were doing and let you know that we survived the freeze. A lot of people are still struggling. If you can, please donate. I'm sorry. I feel like there should be more. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what that was, so I'm not going to sit here and waste your time over it. I will talk to you next time. Thanks for stopping by.